welcome. We are all assembled here today in our big Federation assembly thing to discuss a Star Trek episode, and if we should attack it with guns or if we should try to communicate with it. A star to steer her by. Hey, y'all, I'm President Ames.
Oh, shit. I don't even know. I
get the good one.
I'm Vice President Caitlin?
Nice. I'd put that on a running bill.
I'm Ambassador Jake.
Oh, Ambassador's good.
I'm obnoxious, self-centered scientist Chris. Everyone listen to me. I want to see my boyfriend again.
Why did we invite this guy to the assembly?
Right? But he's the fucking DMA expert, but still.
So if y'all didn't already guess, the episode we are covering is the Discovery episode, I'm sorry, the ellipsis goes before. But to connect. To connect the butt. No, ellipsis, but to connect.
What the fuck kind of title is that?
I'm sure it's a quote or
something. I couldn't find reference because no one is keeping up the memory alpha for Discovery, evidently. Sad face.
Well, that's because, there's like blacks and gays and all kinds of not white straight people in there.
Non-binary folk, yeah. Who's gonna...
Some kind of trans...
It's gonna get taken down the second you put up an update. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's talk about this episode. Welcome to the nothing but talking episode of Discovery. We've got two plots going on, and I'm gonna take them one at a time. So let's all turn on C-SPAN and get on with it. So, Zora has pinpointed the location of species 10C, but she decides on her own to withhold that information because she knows the Discovery crew will do something stupid, which does track.
Yes, it does.
And everyone's all like, you gotta uninstall this fucking thing. And Kovich comes in, because we had him around, to figure out what Zora's deal is. And what Zora's deal is what everyone and their grandmother has already figured out by now, that Zora's probably sentient. But they treat this like it's a surprise for some reason. And Stamets decides that he's gonna be the one character that provides conflict in this plot, by not trusting Zora. So Zora gives herself a kill switch, and everyone's like, no, we're super uncomfortable with that. That's too far. And after way too much speechifying...
I was comfortable with it. I'm with Stamets.
Zora decides that trust goes both ways, so she gives the crew the coordinates anyway. And Kovich deems her a new life form who can join Starfleet, and I guess that means the whole ship gets to wear a uniform? Question marks.
Ooh! Okay, but would a ship wear a uniform like this?
Yes!
Or like this?
With the pants on the bottom or the pants on the nacelles?
Exactly.
Oh, and Gray decides to go to Trill because he has nothing left to do this season. Bye, Gray. Meanwhile, in the other plot, President Relac has the whole Federation convene for an assembly to talk next steps. Some people want to Vulcan hello Species 10C, which, always works out well. And the others want to play the diplomacy game, which is what, Settlers of Catan? One of them. Hungry Hippos.
There is a Trek Catan.
I know we have it. It's annoying because instead of like the little roads, there are these little things you have to put up on pegs and they fall over all the time.
Oh, that's silly.
Anyway, whilst playing Settlers of Catan, Tarka reveals that he can make a weapon capable of destroying the DMA, and Book has immediately got a hard-on. And eventually Book gives this big speech about how they can't put more worlds in danger, and I love Tarka, BFFs forever, bro, mwah. And Relax stares bug-eye at Burnham and is like, who's gonna have the rebuttal, Michael? I mean everyone, but mostly Michael, wink, wink. So Michael gives the episode's 50th big speech, and everyone votes. And the pacifists barely eke out a majority. Hooray! Take that, Book!
Which was funny because I feel like she's like, well, the response is clear, and it's like, no, it's barely.
You won by 2.
Yeah, it's not like a landslide, ma'am.
When you're a politician, you act like every victory's a landslide.
Ugh.
I feel like the nays didn't have to register their votes. They just kind of...
Yeah, it was...
They just waited to see when there was a majority, and then they stopped.
Yeah, there was it just... Everyone was a no until they said yes, basically.
Yeah, but
how do you just abstain? There's no way to just abstain?
And how long would they wait? Was the default choice... attack the DMA?
It should have been a secret ballot vote. But, the president's kind of a moron. One more thing.
Yeah, sorry.
But wait, where is Book? Oh, oh crap, he's gone off with his boyfriend Tarka to do that instigation plan anyway. Because Tarka has some claim that he needs the DMA's power to jump to another universe? Unclear.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see next week, maybe. Take good care of Grudge, Michael, because this is where we're taking our mid-season break.
Sure.
Fine. The end.
Okay, look. Book, sweetie, buddy, friend. I've been with you for a lot of this. I get it. You're upset. But buddy friend.
Sweetie.
Book.
Sweaty.
Dude has straight up admitted he's got an ulterior motive. Whether or not you believe his motive, because I sure as shit didn't at the time, and we will find out if I was correct or not, you're trusting a man who is admitted to being a duplicitous fuck. What are you doing, Book, buddy?
Yeah, but he's playing Book like a fiddle, and
I
he's
know.
like playing towards all of like the revenge aspects, but also like there are some logical points.
No, I know, but it's like, Book, no. Bad choice. This guy is not trustworthy. Look at him. He's slimy. I hate him.
Is it just me, though, or are they just doing Lorca again with Tarka?
Lorca was hot.
I know, but like the same idea, like he's obviously a sinister guy.
He's probably from the Mirror
He's
Universe.
probably from Mirror Universe. He's even talking about Mirror Universe.
Well, no, he's from this universe.
But he talks about wanting to go to a Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
But not the Mirror Universe.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think of that, but like, I guess the difference with him is like, it didn't occur to me. Yeah, like wanting to pop to a different universe is certainly the same as Lorca, but his whole thing is a little different just because like he's not pretending to be someone else. Like, you're right. There's a lot of overlap, but it's not it's a Venn diagram, but it's not a circle.
Well, he's pretending to have the interest of the galaxy at heart by stopping the DMA.
Yeah, when really it's a
when really he
personal
wants to
interest.
use it to get the power source.
Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't thought of that.
But here's the thing. So we finally get this information about Tarka and and his partner who was a fellow scientist.
Think they were roommates?
I think that was the implication.
I can't remember if they ever actually say firmly, but it definitely, no pun intended, it definitely always read to me like they were probably lovers.
But here's the thing. New theory. The DMA, Species 10C, is a red herring. The DMA was
Like communism.
Was created by Tarka's boyfriend.
To keep Tarka from coming.
No, like he
Have you
built
met
it
this
to
douchebag?
move to this other universe that they've been talking about. And it's just gone fucking haywire. And Tarka knows this, and that's why he's so
Are you
into
making
it.
predictions,
Interesting.
not remembering what happens in this season, or what?
I don't remember what happens. in
Yeah, I was
this
gonna say, I
season.
legitimately don't remember what happens.
Let's
so.
revisit this when we get the reveal.
All I know is that
Do you remember?
the position of Species 10C, we still don't know where it is, right?
Well, Zora does.
Zora does, but she won't tell us.
Well, she does at the end.
She doesn't show us.
She shows us the
A
coordinates.
string of numbers, yes.
Yeah, we don't know where that is.
Also,
It
like-
means nothing to us.
And doesn't Adira like, what's that? What do you fucking
No,
think it is?
Gray does.
Oh, well, whatever.
But yes, my first thought was,
What else
what have
do
we
you
been
think
talking
it
about
is?
this whole
Yeah.
time,
Like,
Gray?
huh,
It's a
8675309.
recipe for eggnog.
Like, what do you, yeah, what?
Like, yeah, I guess they thought, like, well, Gray's not Starfleet. They won't get it. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but again, Gray's not an idiot, and what has this whole discussion been
I
about?
don't know,
Right.
apparently Gray is an idiot.
Yeah, let's say it makes Gray seem kind of stupid, which is
Yes, it
deeply
does.
unfortunate.
They expected the audience to be stupid, so they had to sacrifice someone's, like, ability to understand the scene.
Yeah,
but
so they could tell
Well,
the audience.
and they're
But again-
sending Gray away, so who gives a shit?
If you're the audience, though, like, again, what's this whole conversation been about? You should, as an audience member, be able to go, or you could just have someone go, oh, thank you for the coordinates, Zora, without Gray having to go, what's that?
Well, I don't know. I feel like that's almost worse, isn't it?
I don't know, but it's
There-
better
I don't
than
think
making Gray
there's no
dick.
good way.
No.
It should have just said, your coordinates. Are these your coordinates?
These are the coordinates you were looking for.
Zora does close-up magic.
Yes.
Wow. I fucking hate Zora. Have I mentioned I don't like Zora?
Yeah, so you must have loved this episode,
No,
Katie.
I didn't. I didn't.
Because, and here's the thing with this episode, because, we've had talky episodes that I've
It's a Star Trek tradition.
been
Yeah, nothing
more,
wrong with that.
like, active and paying attention to. But in this one, I feel like we don't learn anything, and there are never stakes. Like, the things we learn are, oh, Zora's a life form. I feel like we all already assumed that. Especially if you had watched the short trek Calypso. So everyone
But not everyone has, necessarily.
But not everyone has, that's true. But we've been... Like, the things we see are like, oh, look, she has a subconscious and she forms these memories, which are just the same things she put on her, not Christmas tree, family tree, her hierarchy tree, these are the people I like tree. So we've seen this kind of thing from her already. So it's not
I
new.
feel like this conversation should have happened before a lot of the previous things that happened with Zora, because
I don't even know.
Like, I feel like it seems like this is redundant at this point. The only new information is, or the only new concept is, does Zora have the right to make choices like this?
Kind of, yeah.
And that goes back to, like, Measure of a Man.
Yeah, well, didn't we already do this?
Well,
We did, but here's the thing about this episode is, unlike in Measure of a Man, where the answer was Data can choose, the choice here is no. You're part of the Starfleet command structure now, and therefore you have to follow orders. So tell us where the fucking people are.
She's excited to be it too. She's like, hell yeah,
being
part of
fair,
Starfleet.
Data is a Starfleet officer that has to follow the chain of command.
Yeah, and he
that's true.
resigned so he doesn't have to follow those orders. Whereas Zora could...
Can Zora resign?
Yeah, Zora could very well
she
be
could,
like...
but they'd have to suck her out of the ship and send her on her way. No,
Yeah, good luck catching
No,
her.
they just have to blow Stamets out an airlock, apparently.
Again. Yeah, here's my thing, because I was also in my brain trying to compare this with like, why is Measure of a Man compelling, while this feels like stuff we've already seen before? And I think the answer is, A, we like Data better, because of course we do.
Yeah, no.
And also he's a physical presence in the room, while Stamets is talking to literally the wall.
She is the room.
Talking to a non-presence which is there, which is kind of weird. But I think the stakes with Data are different, because the stakes with him are Maddox is going to disassemble him.
Yeah.
Whilst with Zora, the stakes are she'll give you a kill switch that you don't even have to use.
Well, and also, it's like Kovich says, it's been 900 years, we can totally extract you, we think. Like, they could have given her a robot body.
Why not give her a robot body?
She
Her
likes-
being in the ship is a terrible idea.
She says she likes being the ship. Which I get it, it's been her body for a while.
but
She's a freak.
I mean, she was originally a sphere. Like,
Yeah, sphere to ship is an
I
upgrade.
think we got to decommission Discovery and just put it somewhere wherever we want it, wherever
Maybe
we need
that's
to talk
how we
to
got
Zora.
maybe that's how
Put-
Calypso happened.
Make it into a museum piece.
I
Okay,
wish
but
that were how
We just
Calypso
like
happened.
it's like old Yeller, we just took took Zora out the back of the shed.
She's my ship.
I'll do it.
very important question, though, related to our chat during the intro. So when we give her starship-sized uniform, what department is she?
Science?
But she's also got all this combat
But she's also
stuff,
like
so-
And she has the...
she has all the powers effectively.
Okay, I have it. It'll take care of all of the problems, and it will piss off the non-PC, non-woke crowd. Rainbow.
There you go.
They've never used green.
And on the
think
side
it's
it'll
time for
say
green.
trans rights.
Kirk had a green shirt.
Good point.
It wasn't. I
Well,
don't think it was
and
official,
technically they were
official color.
Department
They were
color.
all in green.
Yeah, it was just the film and all that. Anyway, unimportant, but I just wanted to say it.
Yeah, but I don't know about I was thinking about why is this episode less compelling than Measure of a Man? 'Cause I
Well,
think,
first of all, we've had Measure of a Man.
Yeah.
Or any
Yeah.
of the EMH stuff.
but I also just think that in addition to the stakes being
Non-existent.
non-existent, and the just having Zora is the room, and I think that those are compelling reasons why this is a not very compelling story point. But I also just think that Zora doesn't have a compelling I keep using the word compelling. Zora doesn't have a interesting reason to, or doesn't at least articulate an interesting reason for why she doesn't want to give the coordinates. Just
it's like handing a knife to a baby.
Yeah. Well, that's...
but like again, it comes back to stakes.
You do need a knife for steaks.
But if there was a debate about, oh no, I can't give you these coordinates because of the. And it's also, it's about protecting the crew of Discovery. What about protecting
The whole fucking universe,
the
stupid.
whole universe, or 10C, or whoever,
Well,
right?
she's
Dumb?
that's proof that she's not being completely logical. She's
Why
concerned
wasn't
with
she invited to the assembly?
she would. Where would she fit?
She
do like the
is
idea.
she is the room.
Well, that's
I was gonna
because
say, they just
Relax did say people were zooming in.
true, but they gave me. I just love the idea of them
It
cutting.
was such a sign of the times.
Yeah.
Those who were remote and in person. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Cut to like the window, and Discovery's just hovering right outside of it.
Cardassian, can you
Bowl.
mute yourselves? There's something in the background.
Actually, the Cardassian was in person.
Well, yeah.
They
Paul
were.
Ducat's watching some weird porn.
Oh, yeah,
He's got
that's
his
another-
dick out in his front-facing camera by
I want
mistake.
to finish the thought on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
on-
yeah, the thought.
Well, I have
the-
thoughts too on this before we jump to anything else.
But on the Zora thing.
Compelling.
Yeah.
This episode title just compelling.
That's great.
Yeah, I just wish that, that they
compelling title would be a good
had
one.
some sort
Good
of good reason and a debate about the virtues of either giving the information or not, and that way it would make sense. Because otherwise, we just have this vague concept of, Zora found her hidden fourth directive, protect OCP officers at all costs.
Oh man, has she seen RoboCop?
Oh, certainly. No, she only watches royalty-free
Yeah.
films from the archives at CBS.
Paramount, yeah.
Well, but by now that would be free, right? Probably. Oh, well, I mean, 3,000 years in the future or whatever it is.
Well, yes, but
No,
not
there were
not in 2020.
No.
Actually, there were several more lawsuits by Disney over the years. By the 32nd century, copyright is 1,000,000 years. Fuckers.
Everything was lost in the eugenics wars.
But I think, yeah, anything that wasn't lost in the eugenics wars was then lost in the burn.
Oh,
They are down to
that's
nothing.
true.
Burn? You wouldn't steal a car, would you? Why would you steal a DVD?
I think I mentioned this either last week or 2 weeks ago, but at some point I was saying it was kind of funny, the idea of like an AI that goes wrong, not because it turns evil, but because it's like trying too hard, for lack of a better term. And I'm still amused by that as a concept of like, it's like, it doesn't want to kill us, it wants to help us, but by trying to help us, it's just getting on our fucking nerves. It's such a fun twist on an old idea. But also it does show that even fucking Starfleet and the Federation, man, they are so bad about artificial life forms. They're so fucking, like, there's always a loophole, there's always a way around it.
Yeah, because
They refuse to just give them rights.
well, it should be a bad idea for your ship to be sentient.
Right,
Because
it should.
even if
She
because
shouldn't be able to override
yeah,
the
because when
captain's
Kovich
decision.
says like there are going to be protocol like Starfleet protocols if you need to be reprimanded or something that isn't just literally hitting your suicide button.
Yeah.
But how do you enforce that on a ship when you need the ship to be doing stuff?
Yeah, there's definitely, like, good reasons for stuff, but it's like, but they're still just like, it's like at the end, it's like, oh, there's a loophole, because she's a new life form, not a sentient AI, and it's like, just give the AIs rights already. You clearly still haven't, or again, as I said last season, like, you have clearly lobotomized a lot of your holographic life forms, because most of the ones we saw last season were, like, kind of glassy-eyed, for lack of a better term.
Well, wait a minute though. Where does Picard happen in the timeline of Discovery? Like way before.
Oh, this
right?
Way,
yeah,
but what-
900 years ago.
this-
Because
way
wasn't AI made illegal? Sentient AI was made illegal during that time. Or something.
There was a whole thing about it, yeah, but it's there's still,
Sorry, is that kind of spoilers? I don't
Nah,
know.
it's tricky because we're kind of ahead of.
Yeah, things were happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
where they take their break for Prodigy's first, second half part of their season to come out, and it was a little confusing.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to watch the rest of Prodigy.
Prodigy's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be so fun.
good.
But
Such a
To
great
this
show.
though,
Yeah,
because
to
I
this.
still have thoughts for this.
Oh yeah, we're still on this. Sorry.
What I did like, because I think I wasn't expecting the time either, is that Kovich seems to genuinely be like a neutral party in this. When you expect him to come in and be like, "Bah!" And instead Stamets is the one who's like, "Look, I've had bad experience with an AI, so I'm kind of freaked out, understandably."
Was
and-
it?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Oh yeah, no, I get why, like, he was, and it was, I think it was kind of nice to have one of our sort of main characters have to deal with the fact they realize to some extent that they've
He's
got,
being very racist.
yeah, he's got a bias, and he's got to deal with that, because I think that's, everyone has biases, whether they, realize it or not, and I think one of the tests of oneself as a person is when you do realize you have one, how you deal with it, and he admits he's dealing with it. He's not better yet, but he has realized by the end of the episode that he's got to work on himself. And I think
Because
that's...
Kovich said, I would have fucking fired your ass.
Well, he admittedly was aware of that even before Kovich said he would have fired him.
Yeah, but also fucking bluffing Kovich. They weren't going to fire Stamets from the Discovery.
Yeah, the one thing
Especially
they need to make the ship
The one
go.
thing they need for the ship
Especially
to work.
with Book having gone rogue.
Well, they know Book's gone rogue at that
Well, I
point.
know, but, you know, they would have been
Also, Book just
having to
not
double
work
his
for you,
salary or whatever.
Starfleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Book isn't Starfleet. They can't order him to do anything.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing, though, about the bias. Like, I agree that he's biased against Zora, but, like, it's not the same as, like, meeting another person who's on an equal standing with you and, like, feeling any kind of way. He lives inside of her, and she's making decisions about how things are gonna go. I wouldn't fucking trust that shit either. And it wouldn't matter how long I had conversations with Kovich. They're like, how about if we dismantle this kill switch? I'm like, how about if you keep it around just in case? I'm sorry, but...
The kill switch is a little creepy.
I did expect him to press it. And here's the... Yeah, I think some of this is my anti-Stamets bias, because I also am biased.
I was really wondering, because I know... I was wondering if you're, like, it's reasonable to be worried about the ship being alive versus... God, Stamets pisses you off, and seeing how that would land.
I mean, most of it is from an acting perspective, because since he was stuck just talking to the wall most of the episode, I just found it repetitive and boring, the way he kept saying over and over and over and over and over again, I don't trust the ship because control is in the past. Okay, we've never seen this from you before. It really, really feels like, from a writing perspective, that they just picked a character in the room and decided that's the one that's going to have the opposing argument.
He's the racist and Gray's the idiot. Okay, we've got it. We've got the plan.
It would have been nice again if, as is frequently the problem with this show, they'd seeded this a bit
Or
earlier.
if they'd had more people on both sides.
Yeah, or that.
And more people that have, like, varying opinions on the subject.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't literally everyone in the room
Versus
against
Stamets.
Stamets, and then Kovich, who's supposed to be unbiased, but really he's not.
Yeah. Oh, also another thing they had Gray say, which makes Gray seem kind of dumb. Which, again, I feel bad for Gray. Gray is not the first, like, mind downloaded into one of these robot bodies. They said as much when they did it. They were like, it doesn't work a lot, but it has.
Yeah, I did not follow what argument Gray and Adira were trying to make when they're both like, but we should trust Zora because you trust us, and we're Trill? How is that comparable?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, they're like, we're new, and it's like, I mean, the thing is, neither of you is as new as Zora?
And none of you can space us with a thought.
Yeah.
Also, it just really irritated me that, you know, they're having this conversation. They got, you know,
Oh, but
Kovich.
group hug.
Well, even, yeah. Well, they have Kovich, they have Stamets, Culber, and then Adira and Gray just kind of walk into the room and start.
They romp in.
They just romp in and engage in this conversation they weren't invited to.
My note, where is it?
They romp in.
Fuck, where is it?
Oh.
Lock the doors!
Yeah.
God damn it, Starfleet! 900 plus years of this shit!
I mean, not just that, just like, okay, fuck off. You know, you were.
Thanks for coming by, children.
Yeah, you're
And it's
out
also
of your element.
It's also that shitty writing that I pointed out 1.5 million times, that they always enter at the perfect point of the conversation as if they've been waiting for it.
If they wanted to set this conversation in engineering or something from the get-go, and Adira is just there, and you know, Gray pops in for reasons.
I mean,
but they set this up as a private conversation that the grown-ups were having.
that was one thing I was kind of annoyed by.
Grown-ups.
Or not annoyed by, but I think it was supposed to be annoying. Was like, at one point, Stamets like, you weren't there for control, which is like kind of a classic you'll get it when you're older line. Which...
I had already forgotten about all of Control.
Yeah, so much the audience. No, I don't know. I didn't mind it. I did think, though, they had a point. It's like, guys, you totally should have not had this discussion on the ship. She could have called in. Again, remoted in, been on Zoom, used a filter, giving herself big eyes and a little happy mouth.
Zora, you are a cat.
Think she ever tries to talk to the other ships and is bummed out when they aren't actually, like, clever? She's like, hey, how you doing, Voyager? Voyager's like, beep boop. Like, motherfucker.
Beep boop.
Wait,
Yeah, no, I mean, not perfect, not obviously Measure of Man by any stretch, but I didn't mind the plot overall.
I would say it didn't measure of a man up.
Yeah.
No, not.
What could have made it interesting?
Mean compelling.
No.
I think Zora having a better reason for withholding the information, because then they could have actually had a debate about that and then I don't know, I just think it undercuts some of Zora's agency by their out being, well, now you work for Starfleet and you have to follow orders.
We've seen Starfleet officers not follow orders.
Well, I know, but that was basically their argument, right? Was like, okay, if we make you Starfleet, then you're in the command structure and you have to follow the orders of your commanding officers.
And if you accidentally
And Zora,
space
and like
anybody,
they
there will be
basically
consequences.
tricked Zora into being like, okay, yeah, that works.
But she was so excited to join.
I know, because it's like, oh, you think I'm real people? Okay.
Does she have to go to the academy now?
She can remote in.
Yeah, she's enlisted. She's
This is very tangentially related, but I saw it in my notes a second ago, and I just want to mention because it's sort of similar. Telling oh, well, now she's got to follow orders. We've seen them disobey orders before. And, later on, when Book and Michael are arguing, it's like, oh, what about the Klingons? And I wanted to go, I went to jail and gave them the excuse for the war they needed? Like, did I not tell you the whole story? Like, not the best example, Book.
Yeah. Yeah, something confused me about the Congress of whatever.
Federation members.
But they were
Well, it
Federation
was a
and
big old-
Friends.
yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason Michael got a vote.
Well, that was what I was
Why?
going to say. It's like, why? Well, who is Michael representing at this thing?
They are still...
Herself.
Yeah, I was gonna say the most important person there.
They are... See, this I actually find amusing because I feel like it's just a thing Star Trek has danced around since practically day naught. Of, like, everyone likes to pretend Starfleet is a neutral, like, entity. And it's like, what? They basically are the Federation. Anyone who thinks otherwise is insane.
But not just that, just like this idea that they're doing some kind of vote, and I'm assuming the idea is that every
member
delegation
vote,
every delegation that's at this assembly
Gets one vote
gets one
each.
vote, and then it's like, well, Michael voted, but
I guess she's the Starfleet vote?
does
Starfleet shouldn't
Starfleet
get a vote.
vote?
Yeah, they shouldn't, but apparently they do.
Because she's. Because Navarre is there. Navarre's already got their vote.
Yep, and Earth is there.
Earth's there.
It is weird, though. That was one thing that was weird. Was like, on the one hand, everyone gets one vote, but also there's like 17 people from Navarre there. There's at least 2 Andorians.
Apparently,
Well,
everybody
I guess
gets
they-
one.
One represents the Enar.
We got
But they were both blue.
Oh, shit.
General
Inbreeding.
General
Ooh.
Adolf of the Earth Fash Force.
Oh, Ndoye. We remember her from People of Earth.
I actually have a note on her, too, where I was like, wow, in their attempts to make their uniforms look slightly less fascist, they now look like 50s airline stewards with the stupid little hat. It's like, are you going to bring me a Coca-Cola? What's going on?
But still showed.
No, I'm gonna bring you a Pepsi. We don't have Coca-Cola.
Fair enough.
But they still kind of showed Earth in that negative.
Yeah,
light.
they're still grumpy people. But they're trying. You can tell from their tiny
But
hats.
they voted to kill the DMA.
They do wanna kill
which is
the
the
DMA.
bad answer because Michael had the opposite.
Yeah, and Ndoye gives this little mini speech about how, since we don't know species 10C's word that we used a lot,
Species damage.
Motivation?
intent.
There we go.
We don't know their intent. We have to use action because action will get results. The problem is we had a whole episode, the one with the space nun, the Kuatmalap member, about how intent matters. The whole thesis of that episode was intent matters.
Well, that's it. This woman is from outside of the Federation. All
But no one makes that point. Not even Michael,
That's
who
fair.
was pivotal in that episode.
I also think, though, to the people that are in favor of destroying the DMA, that their point to me makes a lot of sense because here you have this thing that is a destructive force. It's killing millions upon millions of people. You have to neutralize that regardless of intent, right?
Yeah.
Like, who knows how long it's going to take to make contact with 10C, right? Because we know that they're outside the galaxy.
Yeah.
They're out. So already you got a problem because the barrier's there. Getting through the barrier is going to suck no matter what. And just quote unquote outside the galaxy. They could be right at the doorstep. They could be 150 million light years away.
Which side of the galaxy are
We
they
don't,
on?
yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Zora won't tell us shit yet. So at this stage, it seems mighty presumptive of Michael to be like, oh, we'll just go talk to them. Where are they? Who are they? How do they speak?
Yeah, really.
Can you communicate with them? Probably not. They're not from this fucking galaxy. Is it the Cytherians? Do we need to get smart Barkley here to fucking figure it out?
Smart Barkley.
And this is me genuinely not remembering if this comes up, but does the mycelial network extend beyond the galaxy?
Ooh.
It probably. Maybe we can get there mycelially.
Could we all go hide out in that alternate dimension Tarka's talking about?
Can we make it past the barrier?
The real question about Tarka is, did Worf win that competition in the universe he's going to?
Yeah.
But either way,
Wait, which competition?
In parallels.
Batleth.
Yeah, the whole one of the recurring motifs in that episode is like where he
got the participation.
Yeah, how well he did in the competition varies from universe to universe.
Gotcha.
Prime Worf is the most skilled Batlether.
But
Naturally.
ironically, the ones that were worse Batlethers, better fathers.
And better fucks, because some of them were with Troy.
Yeah. Married
better
one.
fathers. Talk about your low bar.
Still a better father than Sarek.
Yeah.
Talk about your low bar.
But yeah, it's tricky, right, with these guys, because it's like, on the one hand, yes, blow this shit up because it's wreaking havoc. And even if they don't mean it to, it is.
Yeah, but they did mention like a whole list of potential risks if we blew it up.
Well, that's what I say. Like, you're like, let's say you blow it up, and they show up and like, why'd you blow up our shit? And like, maybe you've pissed them off, and like, maybe they weren't trying to blow shit up, and now they're mad at you, and
Well,
that's
and maybe
tricky.
you show them the fucking gaping hole where that fucking planet used to be that they blew up.
Well, Tarka's like,
Hey, we're kind of pissed off too, by the way.
Yeah.
we could spore drive into the center of the DMA and plant a bomb there, right? That's his plan.
Terrible plan.
Where is the
That's
middle
the
ground?
plan.
Zora would say
that's
no.
the thing. That's my big problem with this is that these are two arguments that are completely the opposite of each other, and
they're not mutually exclusive.
And they're
either.
not mutually exclusive, but they're totally. There's a logical fallacy here, right? It's like the false dichotomy. It's like we either have to go into the center of the DMA and destroy it, or we have to let the DMA wreak havoc and go try to make peace with species 10C.
Yeah, right. Couldn't you be trying to figure out how to deactivate it while also trying to go talk to 10C?
You could
you
jump
don't have
into
to
the
only
center
do one.
of the DMA and study it, maybe. Or maybe you find the off switch. Maybe you switch it from evil to good mode. I don't
Oh,
know.
like a crusty doll.
Exactly what I was thinking.
But
I think that's what Jake was going for.
But yeah, maybe you get sprinkles on your poisoned froyo.
I can't remember if that's good or bad.
Anyway, but yeah, the point is, setting this up as these two views, like, I feel like there should be a third option, which is somewhere in the middle.
But we've run out of characters to deliver the different options, because we've had the Earth and we've had the Vulcans.
Well,
and that's all the ones we care
the
about.
president was worried about
Michael's
being
role.
partial. She could have been the one in the middle.
I just think Michael could have been the one in the middle, because Michael is the perfect one to be in the middle, because she's a child of
Are you
two
thinking
worlds.
Michael in the middle?
No, that's good.
I think she's the perfect one because she's a scientist. She's a exozoologist who is just the exact type of person who would be into this type of shit.
She can't be halfway on something. She's the most important person in the world.
But that's the thing. You could have set this up as the Vulcans, Nivari being like, no, peace. You got the Earth at war. You got Book and Tarka. Let's kill them all, kill them
the
dead.
butterfly people,
And
they
the-
were into peace.
And the butterfly people are like, no, we have butterfly wings. And then you could have Michael be like, maybe there's another way out. But instead you just have
Speaking
the
of,
two choices.
there is a great episode of Malcolm in the Middle, in which, for reasons I forget, because it's been a long time, a woman who is on like a respirator and dying to death has given Hal
I hate when I die to death.
the power of attorney to either leave her on or switch her off.
Oh no. Why would you give that to Hal?
And
I've never seen the show. Is he?
Bryan Cranston. He's kind of a...
He's a
father.
nut. He's very funny. And the whole episode long, he is just tearing his hair out over this problem and what should he do and what should he do. And by the end, they're like, oh, Hal, good job. You figured out the secret third option that appeased everyone, and we never learned what it was. And that's such a good joke.
Oh, he'd make a good Admiral.
He's great.
He is.
I feel like I've completely missed him because I've never seen Breaking Bad. I haven't seen Malcolm in the Middle. I can't think of anything else he's in.
Yeah, I've mostly seen Malcolm in the Middle. I started Breaking Bad once, and it was like, I like the episodes I have seen, but I'm not in the mood for this right now.
It's very
and
much a show
gone
you
back.
have to be in the mood in, yeah.
It seems very heavy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Malcolm in the Middle, that's why I remember when they were like, oh yeah, we're going to make this dramatic drug show starring the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. It was like, I'm fucking sorry, what? And then it became like one of the biggest TV shows ever. And I was like, fair enough, that's me proven wrong. Also, Michael actually, I realized, is in the middle because Cyborg's older and Spock's younger. So she really is the middle child.
Damn. Boom goes the dynamite.
But yeah, Star Trek. I did love too when they, like, Book makes his speech and then Rillick is like, Michael, come on. And it's like, it's clearly just turning into them having an argument. And I just feel like the rest of the delegation should have been like, do you two need a minute? Should we step out? Like, is this about us anymore or about you two? Like, what's happening?
Also, the beaming. Why is everybody always beaming?
Oh my god, because they can. So annoying. I hate
popping up next to you for no reason.
Because they have to make a point.
This isn't the mess hall.
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly, like, fucking, like, you realize what Linus is doing is actually perfectly normal in that century. Fucking Tarka. Hate Tarka.
Yeah, Tarka stinks.
This at least was a good excuse to see lots of various alien
it
design
was
and costumes.
Oh, I kept pausing.
There were some good ones.
I like that the Ferengi, for all that their faces have changed, still have great tailors.
Mm-hmm.
One of them has a wonderful suit. There was some guy who was just straight up basically in Mussolini's uniform. That was weird. Had a crazy giant head.
Ooh.
There was a Cardassian. They were a little more gray than we've last seen them.
I
but
totally missed the Cardassian.
yeah, there's a Cardassian, and again,
because you have eyes for only one Cardassian.
the skin was a bit more gray-blue. Like, for a split second, I thought it was a Jem'Hadar, but then I looked. Like, no, that's just a Cardassian. And overall, they didn't redesign them much. They just made their features a little more pronounced.
Did they ever confirm if that alien, or did we ever confirm amongst ourselves if the alien in the trailer for the new show is a Jem'Hadar?
She's apparently a Jem'Hadar Klingon.
Okay.
Very curious how that worked, because Jem'Hadars were supposed to all be...
Jem'Hadars are sexless. Klingons have two dicks.
Dudes and not able to procreate.
Well, presumably after the war ended,
Founders lighten up a little.
Life found a way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Frog DNA.
Part of the deal was to, like, stop liking to be a slave clone race and actually make it so that they can be a species.
Presume also she's not going to be addicted to Ketracel White.
I should hope not.
She's like, I have an idea. We would like to fuck.
She's not addicted to Ketracel White, but she is addicted to Tetris. But that wasn't programmed in. Tetris is fucking great.
Tetracell White. I thought that's why you said it. Tetris sounds like Ketracel. That's why I thought you said it.
I just love Tetris.
Damn.
And I think everyone who plays it probably gets at least a little addicted.
You can't help it. You want to win.
It's so good.
But there's no way to win. Is there an end?
There's a kill screen.
Yeah.
If you get to a level high enough, the game just crashes.
Yeah, that's not winning, is it?
I think people that are...
That's like playing chicken with a game.
People in the Tetris community consider that beating the game.
Well, fucking...
But I don't think it's reasonable that any human being has done it.
All right. The very best thing from this episode is all the fucking Saru and Tarina.
Oh my
Whenever
God,
they
yes.
fuck, it's a good day.
I love that Saru brings her a little plant and is like, this would go well on Vulcan because it will thrive in, a humid and an arid and shitty environment like yours.
Somebody let Ben Shapiro's wife know.
Yeah, no, I love those two. That
they're very cute.
Their relationship is one of the best things this show does.
And
I fucking love it.
With him in his little red uniform, it was like big Kif vibes, He's like,
Aww.
I was hoping that we would speak. I brought you this plant. I find the most erotic part of the woman to be the boobies. Oh no! Like I felt
so adorable.
It was just big Kif vibes. I thought it was so sweet. I love them together.
No, they're the best.
The other thing I meant to mention before that I completely forgot about, and this is usually Chris's bag, but when
ship aesthetics?
Well, not ship aesthetics, but the music. Music is also his thing. Any aesthetic, I feel like, is really a Chris thing. When Michael is giving her pro-peace speech, and while Stamets is giving his, I'm going to try, trust is a two-way street speech or whatever,
yeah.
there's this great like, and I called it to Chris, I called it the Final Fantasy piano version of the Discovery theme, but what I mean by that, I think, is that it's like a small orchestral version that's kind of slowed down.
Well, it's definitely piano forward.
Yeah, piano, but I think there's probably also like it's like a small, like
Yeah.
what do you call that? A chamber orchestra. It's like a small group,
Yeah.
but it's like the theme, but it's like slowed way down. It's super pretty. And I know arguably, like, if you're watching a show and you're really hearing the music, maybe the show's not doing its job very well, but I thought it was just really nice, and I don't usually notice things like that. So for me, it was...
That's such a shame. I missed all of that because when they were doing montage stuff, I was just thinking to myself very loudly, wow, the writers are really patting themselves on the back for this one.
Yeah.
Look, whenever he says a word, she'll mimic it in the next line.
We realize that
Writing 201.
We've got things going on here. 2 unknown species, and we have to learn how to deal with them. So stupid. This show is dumb.
I think it's kind of lame that they've already... I'm assuming they're writing Gray out.
It's what it
For
feels
the
like.
most part. Like, I'm sure...
Which is
another
shame.
Up, but yeah, because it's like, okay, you just made this really
You just
interesting...
did this with Tilly.
Yeah.
But also, you didn't make me give a shit about Gray first. We didn't even have the benefit of, like, getting, like, a look at how great Gray is before we space them in whatever way we're doing.
Board games with Zora last episode.
Yeah, but fuck Zora.
Yeah,
so, like,
I was finding Gray to be pretty interesting, especially compared to Adira.
Adira's the worst.
Yeah. Well, and, like, it's interesting to have sort of a civilian perspective. Because, like, yes, Book's a civilian, but he was also, like,
he's Michael's boyfriend.
He's Michael's boyfriend, he was a courier, so he's kind of like... He's still a space...
Plus he's charming as fuck.
Yeah, he's
And
still,
his cat
like, a spaceman, you know? Whereas, like, Gray's just a person.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have just a person in the room.
But then they got rid of him because they didn't have anything to do with a person. Because everyone has to have a role.
Yeah, it is kind of a shame. You mentioned Grudge, and that reminded me of something that at first annoyed me, but then I realized kind of why they did it. Is, like, at the start, Michael has the, like, holographic space cat toy. And I was like, guys, come on. And I was like, oh, but that makes your life so much easier in the real world, because if there was a real toy there, the cat might react to it and fuck up the scene.
I thought you were going to say because the problem would be, we know from a previous episode that Grudge doesn't do holograms.
Oh, that's a good point.
If she can't smell it, she's not going to play with it, Michael.
That's
idiot.
True. But that's it. But it exists. It's like a thing they make in that unit. But again, I realized in the real world, the reason is, like... So I'll give them that. I'll give them that for once they didn't just give Wesley a towel. Like, fine, working with cats is hard.
Also, though, just like... If they had holographic cat toys, the cat would just play in the holographic box.
That's true. Whatever it was delivered in, absolutely.
Programmable matter. You could have so many boxes just appear and disappear. But yeah, that's how you know shit's serious. Because, like, Book brought Grudge on a suicide mission earlier. And now this time he's like, never mind, I'm leaving her behind. Like, Book, you know it's a bad idea if you're looking at a cat. Why are you doing this? You stupid man.
He does love making bad ideas.
Tarka is not to be trusted.
So now,
I just don't understand how he was stupid enough to not realize that Tarka was bad.
He's still mourning. He's still really, really highly
is.
shadowed by
but
grief.
mourning doesn't make you a fucking idiot all of a sudden.
Do. It's mourning and vengeance. It's like, that's a 1-2 punch. Again, I get why he's doing it, but I'm also like, fuck, come on, you're usually smarter than that.
I just don't.
Well,
I don't
he's also
feel
got
like
a cool spore drive on his ship now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's really teeny tiny.
Hey, you just install those things anywhere.
Yeah,
apparently.
but do you still need a special pilot? Like, do you still, like...
I don't know, it's the next generation one, so maybe the idea is you don't.
Why else would he be, like, kissing Book's ass so much and,
that's
like, getting him
probably
on the side? Because he needs him,
Because
no?
it wasn't working with Stamets.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Because they're too
Stamets-
alike.
Stamets didn't go for it, but Book did. So yeah, I guess it
The
is.
thing is, Stamets kind of went for it. Stamets was like, Saru, why are you stopping me and my new friend's science that we were making? Like, he almost had Stamets.
That's true.
I think.
Stamets, you idiot.
Yeah, well, Stamets is just...
Anyone that falls for Tarka's an idiot.
Stamets has been through some shit, too, though, you know? Like, I forgive Stamets.
I forgive Stamets a lot, but not that.
Book seemed like an easier mark, I guess.
Well, again, especially because he's, like, currently emotionally, like, compromised. Yeah.
He's got the vengeance angle that Tarka can play off of.
Yeah, and plus he's also, like, in a kind of ongoing spat with Michael that we saw in the examples where they were both on opposite sides of a decision. It's like, oh, really? I'm not on the same page with you anymore.
Well, time to ruin everything.
That's what we do.
That is what we do. Yeah, and this is where they take their mid-season break, which I find a kind of an almost like anticlimactic place to put in a mid-season break.
Yeah, we just had. Don't worry. It's like the opposite of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
What is the opposite of a cliffhanger?
Look, I
A
don't know.
doorstop. Like,
I don't know what fucking executive came up with the mid-season break, but it's stupid. Like,
Do they need more time to finish things? Like,
So,
were
I
they
mean,
not all done?
the reason mid-season breaks started was for broadcast television, and they were like, especially it would usually be around this time of year-ish. We're recording in
Why,
late
to
November.
take a break around the Super Bowl?
The holidays and the Super Bowl, yeah.
Holiday Super
It was
Bowl?
like people are kind of out shopping and doing things, so they're not at home as much watching TV. So like, they were like, "Fuck it, let's do mid-season break." Which, I guess, mid-season break as a concept, whatever. But then it became a thing where it's like your pre-mid-season break episode suddenly had to be like, it couldn't just be we're going away for a few weeks. It became like
A mini cliffhanger.
Yeah,
a mini
which is
season
stupid.
cliffhanger.
And then you had shows like, I think Breaking Bad actually did this, and then famously Game of Thrones did this, where they like split. They put like year between the first and
Yeah.
second parts of their
Like,
seasons.
the mid-season break thing was always like, or at least turning the mid-season break into an event was stupid. And there's no reason for streaming things to make it an event, or do it at all, fucking frankly. Just finish the show first. You're not on a terrestrial broadcast schedule. Stop acting like you are. So yeah, I don't know. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, big time. But yeah, so
Is Jake gonna find a segue?
what?
There isn't a good one here, I think, but...
Well, no, I don't know. I think we have Book kind of going off, doing his own thing with Tarka now. Presumably they're going to go blow up the DMA, I guess, is their thing. And then you have our hero of
have fun storming the castle.
Michael Burnham, you know, having a big sad, being a hero.
God, what did I say? Taking fat shots and being sad. Was that what it was earlier?
Yes.
Sorry.
Anyway, I know I don't have a great segue, so you're going to
Like,
have
'cause I
to
was,
deal with it.
you can't really segue from me bitching about the concept of a mid-season break to our blogtivity.
Let's
Yeah.
have a mid-episode break while we jump to a different topic.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, we'll be back in 6 weeks. Hey, look, 6 weeks are past.
Wow, that was quick.
It would be kind of funny to stick this blogtivity on a different episode, but no.
No, I gotta get it done now. Otherwise, it ruins my schedule.
True.
Boop, boop.
So keeping on the schedule, and as we know in Discovery, our hero is Michael, the most
Yes.
important person in the universe. But we have some other most important people in their own universes.
Oh my god!
Because this week we're going to discuss our science fiction heroes. And really, I'm going to try to narrow that because that could be the most broad category we've had yet. These are going to be like the main heroes, the lead characters of their shows, books, movies, etc. And I'm going to start with one that I realize now should have been brought up in a previous discussion, but I hadn't seen it yet.
Mm.
And this is Jason Dessen from Dark Matter, which would have fit perfectly in our alternate universe category, but Jake and I recently just watched this show, and it's very good, and I super recommend it.
I feel like this came up a few weeks ago. Is that because there's two Dark Matters,
Yeah,
right?
this is the newer Dark Matter.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why I find Jason Dessen worth bringing up is, so as I said, if it's an alternate universe kind of show, there's multiple Jason Dessens, and they're so different, and they do such a good job with like, what if this thing happens, that the show really, really knows how to escalate. Like, literally, after episode 1, Jake and I are like, oh, I see the premise of this. I wonder if blah, blah, will happen sometime later in the season. No, it happens the next episode.
Oh, nice.
And you say, oh, wow, now that that's happened, I wonder if this is going to happen later in the season. No, that's the next episode. They escalate like, whoa. Which means Jason Dessen, the lead character, who's, like, thrust into, out of his perfect world into these fucking hijinks, gets to develop in very interesting ways. You get to see, what could have been effectively. And I found that fascinating.
Cool.
So, points for him.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I want to give some credit to Luke Skywalker.
Yay!
Because, like, when I was a kid, and I think for a lot of us, like, everyone loves Han. Han. Charming rogue, little hamburger ship, blah, blah, blah.
Little hamburger ship?
Supposedly, the design of the Millennium Falcon is based on, like, a burger with, like, something next to it. And you can kind of see that. I don't know how true that is, but...
From the top?
With one bite taken out of the front of it?
Yeah, kind of.
From the top or from the side?
I mean, either.
No.
Because it's, like, round, so it's like... Anyway, that's
It's
not the
not
point.
round. It's got a bloop.
That's the thing next to it.
But it's attached.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
attached.
But supposedly the inspiration was a burger with like a pickle or something
It's
next
a
to it. I don't know.
McDLT. It's the cold stuff on the cold side and the warm stuff on the warm side.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason Alexander told me about that.
Anyway, Luke. So when I was a kid, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm here for like this cool space battles and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But Luke, as I've gotten older, I realize like is really a very interesting character because when you think about it, of our sort of three heroes, he's the one that is the most different by the end.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like Han,
Especially when you consider the sequels.
yeah, well, I'm ignoring those. Han is always Han. Like he's a jerk with a heart of gold, and the main change is
Gets
he's
girlfriend.
slightly less of a jerk by the end, and yeah, he gets the girl. Leia is she is focused. She's got her mission. She does it. Good for her. She's great. Nothing against her. But Luke actually has an arc. He starts off as whiny farm boy, and by the end is warrior monk. And again, when I was a kid, I dismissed him a lot as kind of boring and this and that. But as an adult, I've realized like no, he really is kind of the heart of the whole thing
Yeah.
that's built around.
He does the whole hero's journey thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it's I don't think he gets enough credit because everyone's all fucking Han.
Yeah, Luke was the first one on my list too. So.
Oh, sweet. Who else is on your list, Caitlin?
Nobody yet, Ames. I'm thinking about it.
I'll throw one in the Star Wars since we're in a Star War already. I'll keep it in the family, and say not literally in the family, although I probably could say somebody in the same family. But I'm gonna say Cassian Andor.
Oh, that's good.
Who is
I didn't think of
a
him.
rebel spy and leader and heroic sacrifice. right?
Friend to an Alan Tudyk voiced robot.
Yes.
Yeah, have you seen Andor yet, Caitlin?
No, I was just gonna say, is he in it? Is Alan Tudyk in it?
Alan
Yeah.
Tudyk is.
I thought you were saying is Andor and
Is
Andor.
Cassian Andor and Andor?
Yeah.
No,
No.
I don't
MC
know, to be
Hammer,
honest.
whatever the fuck the
Tudyk
robot's
is
name.
Tudyk is in Andor the show.
K2SO.
K2SO.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I want to. It's just I at some point I unfortunately had the same thing happen to me with Star Wars as I did with The Simpsons and Marvel, where it's just like I'm just kind of
Burned
bored.
out.
So it's like even though everyone says it's like the best Star Wars thing since Rogue One, basically, I'm still just like not in the mood to exist in that universe
Well,
yet.
that's believable too, because Rogue One was so good.
Yeah,
I think it's better than Rogue One in a lot of ways. I do think.
I'll have to watch it, but I
Yeah,
don't
like-
have Disney Plus anymore.
But yeah, Andor's a good punk.
Yeah, Andor's good. He's.
Yeah, definitely check out the show. whenever you
Interestingly,
want
he's
to.
probably one of the least interesting characters on his own show.
Mm.
But he's
Who, Andor?
yeah.
That's
I mean,
because everyone on the
there's
show
just
is
such a great
fascinating.
there's just such a great supporting cast on
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
But he's solid. He's a solid bloke.
Yeah, and you also get to see him do the same kind of hero's journey where initially he's like the reluctant hero.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like,
a reluctant hero. He's
I don't
like
want to deal with your
he's like
rebel
he's
shit.
like kind of a pissant thief kind of guy. He's driven in a lot of ways by like revenge.
Which fair. The Empire sucks.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of people, interestingly enough, on that show are mostly driven by revenge. Yeah, anyway, very good show. Recommend it. So yeah, want to get Cassian in there.
Well, if we're going down a Star Wars line, I feel like I should mention Mando.
Oh, that's good too.
Because
I back that.
I love Mando sort of like in some ways for the same reasons that I love Ben Sisko, which is that
He's a good father.
Yeah, like he's like a
Aw.
kick-ass dude who like gets shit done, but then he also has time to be like a good daddy.
What's his name?
Jin,
Jin.
Oh yeah, Jaren or something.
something like that.
Mando.
His name's Mando.
We
His
actually
name is Pedro Pascal.
yes. We actually, when we saw the new Running
His
Man,
name is Daddy.
when we saw the new Running Man, there was an ad for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie,
We gotta
And-
see it.
and there's a bit
Yeah, I would
for a
definitely
split
see
second.
that.
I mentioned this to Jake. There's something that looks a heck of a lot like a diner in that
Yeah.
trailer, and I'm just saying.
Oh.
There's
Maybe
Dexter
they're going to
Jetster.
Sleazo McBaggins' shop. What's his name?
Dexter Jetster's the diner. Guy.
Yeah, you're thinking of Sleaze Bagano from the start.
Is
of
that really
same
a
movie.
thing?
He was
Oh,
the Death
no,
Sticks guy.
I hate
Yeah.
it. I hate it so much.
So bad.
Oh, I just hate
And
it.
yet still, in retrospect, so much better than anything Rise of Skywalker did.
True that.
But yeah, Mando's cool. The Mandalorians are cool. The fact that they like take in orphans is cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like his kind of like display of ethics. He has his
Yeah.
own kind of code of ethics
Code,
that
yeah.
I'm behind.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like him. I like him. Plus, Daddy. It's fucking hot as shit.
I want to try to pull out someone a little less obvious, since I feel like there's going to be a lot of overlap. So I'd like to give a notice to the version of H.G. Wells from Time After Time.
See the hero?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen it. So.
Oh yeah, it's so fun.
That's a great movie.
It's it's Malcolm McDowell, H.G. Wells, except this version of H.G. Wells has actually invented a time machine. His friend David Warner turns out to be Jack the Ripper and uses said time machine to go to 1970s San Francisco.
What a romp! What is that? Sounds like
it's
rompy.
such a great. It's a great movie.
It's ridiculous. It was written and directed by the Star
Nicholas
Trek 2
Meyer.
guy.
Now listen, and David Warner was in Star Trek 6. So
And Star Trek 5.
in Star Trek.
And
right. He's
Well,
the
H.G. Wells
president
is
or
Malcolm
whatever the fuck.
McDowell.
Well, I'm just saying.
And Mary Steenburgen.
This feels like more than and it's not Batman. So therefore, we could 10 forward this film.
We could have anyway because it's about time travel.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Could we?
But
I love
I also
that.
love that
It's on my list.
Totally
Is it
informed.
really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
But
It's a
yeah, you
great
should
film.
watch it anyway.
It's so
It's a
fun.
fun film. Malcolm McDowell, who so often plays heavies, plays such just a fun nerd.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a little dork, and he's adorable. And Mary Steenburgen is there in one of her first major roles, and it's like, wow, if I had a nickel for every time Mary Steenburgen fell in love with a time traveler.
Aw, she's
I'd only have 2 nickels, but
It's weird that I'd have 2.
Oh, but Mary Steenburgen was in
Back to the Future
Part
3.
3
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Christopher Lloyd,
who was in Star Trek 3.
who was not the main character hero of the Back to the Future franchise. No, that would have been Marty McFly.
Oh shit!
McFly.
Nice segue. There you go.
Yep.
Jake never lets us down.
Also, he was Krug in Star Trek 3, so we can watch
Marty McFly?
We can watch that Mary Steenburgen movie for that connection.
Yeah, Marty's a good one. Doc does sort of get promoted to, like, co-lead in 3.
Yeah,
But Marty's
definitely-
definitely
he is.
Hero
Yeah,
of the
Marty
trilogy.
McFly is the hero.
Yeah, because
of
by
Back to the
3
Future.
we decided that Marty needed like a character flaw, that he's a big, he hates being called chicken or whatever.
Yeah,
the
that was
fuck.
forced as fuck.
I
but...
hate that shit.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. But I do love 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 3 is like. 3 might be my favorite one.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Hard
not speaking.
ditto.
I'm not speaking against 3. I'm just saying that going from like normal. Well, that's the other thing too. He's not. I was gonna say normal high school kid. That Wed's like, no, he's not. He's like best friends with his 80-year-old neighbor. There's nothing normal
And he's
about Marty
subscribed to-
McFly.
He subscribed to the official trade magazine for reference librarians.
Who did?
Marty, so they, like, the magazines that are behind him in the first movie are, like, basically they said the prop master get something that was brightly colored but sort of generic. And they only found out later that it was Reference Quarterly, the official trade magazine of reference librarians.
Nice.
And they got, like, letters from reference librarians being like, why does Marty have Reference Quarterly?
Listen,
He
you
likes
know,
the
he
design.
knows what he wants to
He's
do.
interested in library science, so what?
Yeah, whatever. That's
I saw the bright colors and said, I want that in my room.
compared to everything else he's doing, it's pretty normal.
That's
actually.
true.
I mean,
pretty normal shit.
maybe they're like, let's just say that they were George's and he was storing them with.
There we go.
Because George seems like he was probably a reference librarian in the Alpha timeline or something. Maybe. I don't know.
Who else have y'all got?
Let's do another. Actually, no, let's go a different direction. Let's go with a video game character.
Oh,
Interesting.
I'm going to say Aloy from the Horizon
yes.
series.
I love that you did that because I was struggling to think of video game characters because when you're the hero of a video game, you're usually very bland because the user has to kind of be able to play you.
I had the same problem.
But Aloy was the one that I wrote down because she is interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm so glad you did that, Jim.
Very interesting backstory with Aloy. And,
Hooray.
just and like honestly, as video game characters go, when you're playing as Aloy, you just feel like such a badass. They really did a great job with that game in making you feel like a fucking badass. When you're like sliding on the ground, firing exploding arrows at a robot dinosaur,
Yay.
you cannot help but feel very, very cool.
See, while I love those games, I am not great at them. So I felt less like a badass and more like someone who just kept barely squeaking by. But yes, I could see how if you were good at the mechanics, unlike me, you could feel amazing.
Yeah, and she also learns more and more about herself
Yeah.
as the game goes on, which is fascinating.
She is just a mess of existential crises by the end of 2. I'm looking
great.
forward to seeing how mess she is by the start of 3. Yeah, those games are good.
I'm gonna also go a different direction because that was literally the only video game on my list. So I'm gonna pivot hard to one that, and I'm sure none of you have heard of, but I've brought up several times, and this is an audio drama. And I brought up before, it's a Wolf 359, which is an excellent podcast story. And our hero, Doug Eiffel, is very everyman-y. He's like their comm specialist. He's just a goof, and he's very funny. But as the whole series of the show goes on, and it gets dark and weird and scary, and he kind of becomes the Michael Burnham, in which he is the most important person in the universe. And I'm not going to spoil anything else because it is a really great audio drama that has a perfect arc for this character, and he nails it. So I want to like give a little bit of love to an audio drama that I don't think we talk about enough.
Fair. Speaking of everymans, Arthur Dent.
Yes!
That poor bastard.
That was on my, I'm sure someone else will bring this up list.
He is great. Again, like, if I had a nickel for every time Martin Freeman was perfectly cast in a film adaptation that wasn't very good, but damn it, he was the right choice.
Yeah. Where did they go wrong? Oh, the writing.
You love that movie.
I love that movie, but it's not the book.
No,
the book
it's
is
like,
so
it's-
much better.
It's cute. It's not as bad as people think, but it's... Yeah, no, the book is just...
Yeah, like when you hold it up against the book, you're like, this is not very good. But
And even,
on its own, in isolation,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's
Yeah.
it's
And
funny,
even,
there's
like,
good jokes.
if you can get past the terrible special effects, the miniseries even is better. But also, it's a miniseries. It has time to tell the story.
Yeah.
So...
And it was also, I think, Douglas Adams was more involved.
Yeah. And I will say that also, though, like, both versions, the miniseries and the film, bang on choices for Arthur. In both cases. Both Arthurs are perfect for their time.
Well, I don't know how this character, because I've only seen the movie, but I think Ames has read the book, but I don't know how this character holds up against their book counterpart, but their movie counterpart is quite interesting.
Oh, movie, not series. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Ellie Arroway.
Oh, yeah.
From the film Contact.
Nice.
Who is a scientist who, spoiler alert, discovers a signal that appears to have been sent by aliens.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer, so it doesn't have to count as a
That's
spoiler.
true. That's a good point.
If it's in the trailer, it ain't a spoiler.
Even
though
she has
some
an
things in
interesting
trailers-
backstory.
We learned pretty quickly that there's
Yeah.
aliens.
But yeah, I think she's great.
I agree. She is great. She made my top scientists list.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're reading the blog, you'll check it out on the scientists blog.
Wally.
Yeah!
Yes!
Wally.
Wally was going to be in my honorable mention, so perfect for bringing him up, Caitlin.
Because, like, I mean, not only is he still kicking ass and doing his dumb little job on Earth, once somebody comes to Earth and finds him, he disrupts all of society and brings humanity back to restart the Earth. And get them off their weird gravity chairs that are fucking destroying their skeletons.
And even with so little dialogue, the audience knows exactly who he is.
Mhm.
They're immediately on his side throughout the whole movie.
He's so cute. I cried. Like, we saw that movie in theaters on midnight showing, no less, when it first came out. And I think there were, like, 3 separate instances where I was crying. Because, like, I don't remember what they were, though. When he get crushed, I was crying. When he came back, but he didn't recognize Eva, I was crying. When he recognized Eva, I was crying. Like, but
the last 20 minutes of that movie fucks you up.
Oh my god, I was a fucking mess. But Wally is adorable. He's got a big heart, even though he's a robot. And he saves humanity, probably. So, or they all die. They come back to Earth and they all die.
No, there's like the cave paintings over the end credits. Humanity gets back on its feet.
Literally.
Yes.
Those fat fucks.
Yeah.
That is so upsetting because that's exactly what happened, Like, and it's not even that, like, it doesn't even feel like that big of a jump because we all spend so much time in chairs as it is that it's just like, yeah, of course, if we were on a giant space vacation, we would all turn into fucking space lumps.
Say the number of people that you'll see at like theme parks that are just cruising around in those mobility scooters now, like it's. I would say
there is a lot of walking.
By
the end of 10 days
I don't begrudge anybody for using a mobility
especially
scooter,
in that heat.
But it's just there's just so much mobility scooter traffic that in the next 20 years there's not going to be anybody walking at all. It's just going to be everyone.
Anywhere.
Yeah, it's just going to be all mobility scooters.
So I'm looking forward to getting my, what are they called? Rascals. Looking forward to my Rascal scooter.
We were talking earlier about, it's tricky with video game characters because they're often meant to be ciphers, like...
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know, maybe the Fallout games. But then I was like, oh no, wait, those are all the NPCs that are memorable because they are literally a nameless protagonist most... Well, you can name them, but except for the 4th one, they can't say your name.
Which one?
Fallout. Oh. So I was like, fuck, I can't use Fallout. But then there are ones that, even if you have choices, they're still a person there and like personalities.
Yeah,
and
they're
like you
like
can,
the choices are in character.
yeah, like it's still like you're still playing. It's not you. Like you can maybe the decision you agree with, but it's not as blank slatey. So two series I brought up frequently, but there's of course Commander Shepard from Mass Effect, who you can either make into a terrible fascist spacist, or your ideal pseudo Starfleet. Let's all get along and use weapons as a last resort, but it's a video game, so that's very quickly the last resort. But great character, which again you can. It's interesting because, of course, the way you choose to make that character, your crew sort of changes with them a little. You can influence how they approach things. And then in Cyberpunk 2077, you've got V,
Yeah.
who there are no good choices because it's a cyberpunk hellscape. So you do your best.
Your
But again,
choices are really who are you going to bang?
yeah.
Everyone. When Jake was saying, I know Ames has read the book, but I wonder if his character is as interesting in the book. I thought you were going to talk about Juliet Nichols from the Silo series, who is high on the top of my list. She basically starts the show and the novel series as a mechanic in like the bottom of the silo and like the dregs of the area, and also like has a intense journey. Like she's immediately after events that happen in the book, she's promoted to sheriff through things she is not at all interested in, and like the hero's journey she goes on is absolutely insane, and I wanted to give her some credit because I think she's fascinating as a character.
Nice.
Chris is trying to convince me that there might be a Fallout angle here, the show.
Because it's your comfort show after DS9.
I know, it is my comfort show.
We just covered it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, remember how much I loved Fallout? Well, so Chris said that the ghoul could be considered a hero, and I don't think that's true.
I don't think he's the main character.
I think that there are three main characters, and he's
kind of
one of them. It's sort of an ensemble show. Like, would you say it's Lucy? Because
I think it's definite. Like, if you would say, because Ames and I had this conversation. Like, what would be if you had to pick one main character from a show?
Yeah, there aren't very many shows that you could really think of that have multiples. The one I could think of was X-Files.
Yeah.
I would say
Mulder
both
and
Mulder
Scully
are
the
equal.
main character.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would say you probably spend about as much time with Maximus as you do Lucy.
yeah, well, and it doesn't hurt that half the time there's like a third of the time she's with Maximus, and a third of the time she's with the ghoul, and then the other third of the time they're on their own.
Yeah.
So I guess you do see her the most because you see her with both of those characters. But I also kind of, I don't know.
Is Lucy not your favorite character? Not a good hero that's worth making this list?
Well, I don't know, because, I mean, she's not really a hero. She's sort of trying to be a hero, I think.
I think that makes you a hero.
Well, yeah, but she's also, like, she's becoming a worse person.
But that's what the wasteland will do to you.
I know, but like that's the thing. It's hard to call any of the people in that show a hero because all of them are becoming worse people. Except, okay, actually that might be the argument for the ghoul. He actually might be becoming a better person because there's an argument to be made that at the beginning of the show when you meet him, he's all like, I do this shit for the love of the game or whatever. But by the time he gets to like episode 5 or 6 and he blows away the president's guys, he's not like laughing and smiling and looking happy about doing murder anymore. And he's like had to consider the golden rule. He's had Lucy show him that there's like a different way to be.
Yeah.
So I think he's more of an anti-hero, but I think he's moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I'll have to see what season 2 brings.
And he definitely has like a tragic past and like, a reason to be looking for answers, and I don't know. But I would call pretty much everybody in that show an anti-hero. But I would
No, some people are just straight up bad.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess I'm talking about the 3.
Yes.
Yeah, and here season 2 has just started.
And I love it, probably.
Here's an interesting bit of a conundrum, since we're talking about shows that have multiple main characters.
Yeah.
Here's a character. This is one-ish character.
Interesting.
But it's really 2 characters. But I'm going to put them together, because you'll only need to find one photo to represent Mark Scout / Mark S. from Severance.
Oh, that's good.
What a great show. Are you watching it
I
yet?
still haven't seen it.
Oh my
Chris,
god!
you son of a bitch.
Watch it. It's so good. When's that back? Probably like the end of next year.
They just ended or last
They're
year.
gonna take a long fucking time.
They always take a long time.
Yeah, Mark S is interesting because he's so he literally knows nothing about himself. The innie version of Mark S, like that's a fascinating character because literally everything to him is new information.
Yeah.
I assume that's
Adam
Adam
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, thank you.
From,
Watch
as you remember,
the
from
show.
I will.
Star Trek First Contact.
Yeah,
Even before you watch Andor, watch Severance.
Is he?
I'd
He
probably
has,
be more
he
willing.
has a moment on screen.
No,
in
Yeah,
one
shit.
line.
he's like the navigator of the Defiant.
Well, that does it. We can definitely cover Severance.
Uh,
Q Aim saying we could anyway. It's a sci-fi show.
Yeah.
I know.
So, speaking of, there's a million of these, but I'll pick one. I brought up a few weeks ago for weapons the Green Lantern Corps. Love me a Green Lantern. But I'm going to specifically bring up Kyle Rayner, in part because he was the incumbent Green Lantern when I was first reading comics. But he's also interesting because he was there in a brief period where there was no Green Lantern Corps, and it was just him, and he was having to kind of figure shit out on his own. And of all the dumb shit DC did in the 90s, because they did a lot of dumb shit, he was probably one of the better and longer lasting ones. Although he does have the misfortune of being forever associated with fridging, since his girlfriend was the one who got fridged.
Oh, literally, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a fun character. He's like, whereas a lot of 90s stuff was trying to be cool and hip and edgy. He was like, just a young guy, an artist. And he was trying to be cool, but it was like not in an edgy, dark way. He was just trying to be kind of a fun little artist. And he, was lighthearted. And I love a Green Lantern, and I'm going to give it to him.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, Chris chose to go with Luke Skywalker for Star Wars and not Han Solo. I'm also not going to pick Han Solo, but I am going to pick someone who's quite a bit like Han Solo, or at least made in the same mold as Han Solo, and that's Malcolm Reynolds, the captain of Serenity.
Oh, sorry.
I was thinking about Carbonite. And
I was
very
trying to remember
confused.
who the fuck Malcolm Reynolds from Star Wars was.
Oh,
So that's why I'm looking at you blankly.
Dash Rendar.
I thought you were going to say Kona.
Dash.
I don't know. I don't remember Han Solo ever calling anyone a whore over and over again.
That's true.
But yeah, sorry, Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly, not Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He is probably certainly one of the more flawed of the heroes we've mentioned. He's undoubtedly an asshole.
So is Han Solo, though.
That's true. But
You want your characters to have flaws.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think he's interesting. He's got an interesting backstory,
Yeah.
and I think he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I think Nathan Fillion does a good job.
Like I culled so many people from my list because they didn't have flaws and they therefore weren't interesting as
Yeah.
characters. They were just the people like progressing the plot because they were the main character.
What's good fun is he actually played the Guy Gardner Green Lantern in the most recent Superman movie.
Oh, and what a great movie, by
Which
the way.
made me slightly tempted to go with him, but in reality I like Kyle more. But Guy's fun because his whole thing is he's kind of a jerk. But he's good fun.
But at least in the new Superman film, his haircut tells you that he's a fucking jerk, like from
Yeah.
a million miles away, so there's no
That's
doubt.
right. You know who else is a bit of a jerk?
Kirk.
Kirk is a jerk. That's true. But no, Ed Baldwin.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Who is a hotshot NASA test pilot / astronaut from the television series For All Mankind.
He's great.
Nice.
Yeah, I was figuring out who to pick from For All Mankind because I would have been close to saying
Danny?
Margot.
Oh, Margot.
I love Margot.
So,
Margot.
Stupid question, because I know at least apparently some of the characters that are based on real people. Is that one, or is he just completely
I mean, he's
a mashup of...
He's a mashup of like your
astronaut type.
your astronaut, your
Fighter
60s
pilot, yeah.
astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong.
So
type people.
better Archer from that one episode of Enterprise.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah, the other guy,
Robinson.
his friend. I don't know.
Robinson, yeah.
A.G. Robinson.
Yeah.
I think when we were saying like who would have been like a better Archer than Archer, I think we even brought up Ed
It's
Baldwin
entirely possible.
because he plays the I have so many flaws so well.
This sounds familiar now that you're saying it. Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, but I think he's, although that show is a bit of an ensemble, he is, I think, the main character of that show, if I was to pick one.
If you want to pick one, that makes sense.
So I had a similar sort of thing where I was like, because he's the bridge character, but I think it's still maybe it's tricky because it's very much ensemble, but Fry, I guess.
Oh, I hard agree, Fry.
Yeah, Fry's definitely
like he's
good.
mostly the one we follow, generally.
For Futurama?
speaking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, like I think you could make the argument again that it's maybe a couple of co-leads, but I think it's safe to say Fry is the lead.
Yeah, I agree. Because Fry's the one who drove the whole impetus for going to the future and seeing this world.
Yeah.
And the idea of he's just the fish out of water for the entire series.
Right.
Even after he's lived there a decade,
Yeah.
he's still like, what the fuck is this?
Except, of course, the one episode where his girlfriend shows up, and he's much more suited to the 30th century than she is. That's the one time where he kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah, Fry's a good pick because it's also such a great show.
Yeah.
Everyone on that show is perfect.
Yeah.
It is a great show.
When you're saying, speaking of jerks, like, is he going to bring up Bender?
Well, I think another character from an ensemble show who I think qualifies as the main character is Jack O'Neill, 2 L's, from Stargate SG-1.
Right, okay. You said that name, nothing. I'm beginning to associate it with the correct show.
Yeah, so yeah.
Now, do you have the right actor in mind? Because you've misassociated which one this is.
It's
before.
MacGyver, right?
It's MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Okay.
Tony Todd.
Speaking of, apparently Amazon's doing a new Stargate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you'd heard.
Yeah.
Is it a full-on reboot, or...?
I don't
Have
think
they
so.
said?
I think they're saying it's going to be a continuation of
wow.
in the same universe, because they got a bunch of the... Like, the creator is one of the people that worked on the original show.
Oh, that's sick.
I should probably finally see that show.
Well, especially
There
if
is
they're
a
going to
lot.
start making more of it.
SG-1...
Well, the core one, at least.
Yeah, SG-1 is undoubtedly worth watching. And if you like it, I suggest following up with Atlantis as well.
Fair.
Yeah, and Jack O'Neill is just such a leading man, but also such a prick that you love him.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's
and,
so sarcastic.
Richard Dean Anderson does a really good job with the part, and there's really good chemistry among the cast on that show. He's great.
Yeah, I
The
got
whole show's great.
I got a couple of leads of shows that I think, like, over the course of the shows, they have such great arcs in their roles. And one of them I want to mention is John Sheridan from Babylon 5, who swoops in after their first captain has to get written off the show.
Right, because he was having mental health.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Poor
Sinclair,
fella.
Sinclair didn't last. But in John Sheridan, Bruce Boxleitner swoops in and is so fascinating as someone holding this whole ship together, or this whole station together. And his arc over the course of the thing is very fascinating, and I like him a lot.
Was he Tron?
He was
Yeah,
Tron.
he's Tron.
I don't think I knew Tron was also the second Babylon 5 guy.
Yeah.
He's like
That's
the main
fun.
one.
What do you mean, was he Tron? What does that mean?
He
He
played the
played
character
Tron.
of Tron in the movie Tron.
I forgot there was even a character called Tron in Tron.
Yeah, well, I think he's technically
It's
not,
bad
like,
news.
the lead is Flynn, but Tron is there.
I see.
Did he write Tron?
Did he write Tron?
Sorry, I think in universe Flynn wrote the Tron program, maybe.
I thought his friend, because he looks
Right,
like,
of course, Bruce Brockleiter wrote Tron.
Bruce Boxleitner's character, whose name I forget.
Yeah,
in the
he's
movie.
exactly. He's
Right, they look like the
the
characters
people that
wrote
write
them.
the programs
Yeah.
look like their program.
Right.
equivalents.
Yeah, and our other leading commander type person I want to give some love to is William Adama from Battlestar Galactica, who by the end of the show is just full on a different person because of all the circumstance that has gotten thrown at him over however 2-3 years that it takes place over.
It's a rough couple of years.
Like, dude, ouch! You have witnessed a lot of shit.
Oh, speaking of different person,
Different person.
the Doctor, who's frequently literally a different person. Fuck it though, I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna go with 7. Love the 7th Doctor. He's a great Doctor who unfortunately got stuck with some piss poor stories because it was towards the end of the original run. But when they were good, they were amazing.
Which one is 7?
Sylvester McCoy.
He's the Scottish Doctor.
The
first one.
The last of the first.
Yes, for that's the original run.
Yep.
But they started to introduce the guy who was running the show at the time was starting to introduce little ideas that there's started to play with the idea of a deeper lore for the Doctor that got paid off decades later by other people.
Was that JNT? Did he do that?
No, he was still the producer, but there was a different writer that was a guy
okay.
named Cartmel. But as far as the originals go, he's one of my favorite ones.
He's great. I met him.
That's right, you did.
He was lovely. He liked my
Um,
dress.
So yeah, he's a good time. I am of the opinion that there are no bad Doctors, just ones who get stuck with more bad stories than others, depending on who's writing the show at any given time.
I would agree, except for Colin Baker exists,
no,
and he
he's
was
fine.
terrible. No,
Trial of
he's
Time
bad.
Lord has some highlights.
No, it doesn't. You have Stockholm syndrome. It's not good.
I think it's good.
No.
Yeah, anyone else?
I'm just kidding. From the Doctors?
No, that's just anyone. Or if you want to pick a different Doctor, or the same Doctor, or all the Doctors.
7 is good. 4 is my doctor, though. Saving the world with a big toothy smile and a bag of jelly babies. Though he also had some regrettable Warriors Gate.
His last season is mostly bad.
Yeah. It's really weird, as a side note, that we live in a world right now where they're not making any more Doctor Who at the moment. Like, they have, like, a holiday thing planned for next year, but, like, nobody currently has picked up the rights to do more Doctor Who. And it's funny, because I feel like it's been
Might be
a
gone
staple
for 20 years again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Yeah, no, I'm all set. I haven't given a shit since partway through Matt Smith's run. I probably should have given Louis Capaldi? No, Peter Capaldi a chance.
I think there is a Louis Capaldi, but that's
I think
somebody
there
else.
is.
He
too.
probably had a few good episodes.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? I don't like Clara. I don't give a shit. I don't want to watch it. I don't care. Oh, their chemistry is so good. I don't give a shit. Oh, it's not? Oh, right. Hers was good with Matt Smith.
Towards the end, they got better.
Yeah,
but...
no, I don't give a fuck about Clara.
Anyway, this has been Doctor Who Corner.
What?
Oh.
No.
No, go ahead.
This won't surprise you, but I'm going to say Buck Rogers.
Speaking of Han Solo types.
Speaking of Han Solo types, speaking of being frozen and going to the future where you really don't fit in. I mean, listen, I don't know anything about the original Buck Rogers. I haven't watched the comics. I haven't read a book. I don't know what else he was up to. But in Gil Gerard
78?
was dressing like fucking disco Han Solo and fucking ladies and experiencing the future with a little robot voiced by Yosemite Sam going beep all the time, and it was good.
Cool.
It's actually terrible. I love that show though, and I mean you can't have that show without Buck Rogers. Though I suppose if they could have, I would have been fine with it just being Erin Gray.
Yeah, she's great.
She's very competent and very hot and very dressed in skin tight clothing most of the time.
Oh, this wasn't
A-okay.
This wasn't on my list, but now you make me think of cheesy, older sci-fi. Michael Knight is a fun one from Knight Rider.
Don't know it.
Oh, it's a complete.
The car that drives.
Yeah. Well, Kit's the car. Michael Knight is Hasselhoff, but
and Kit's voiced by what's his name? Isn't it?
Mr. Feeney.
Yeah.
It's a fun show. I've seen a handful of episodes. It's goofy, but it knows it is, so it's okay.
Oh, that's good. It doesn't take itself seriously. Yeah, that's good. You can't have a talking car. Didn't we watch an episode of that for something?
We did.
Was it for this? No, it was for Carl, right?
Yeah. It's got a great theme song.
It does.
Your house is great,
Who?
and I'm surprised who hasn't come up yet.
Who?
The queen of Sci-Fi
She's
Heroes.
Oh, right, of course.
Ellen Ripley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a batch of ladies to go through who are all rock stars.
Yeah, go for it.
Ellen Ripley.
Got binders full of women, do you?
Kinda. So tell us about Ellen Ripley, Jake.
No, I mean, need I say more? I mean,
true.
she's the hero of the entire Alien franchise.
All
the
of them.
parts that matter.
I mean, look, there is no way that when shit gets real on Voyager, Janeway's in a tank top is not directly because of Ripley.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no,
man,
no.
can you imagine Sigourney Weaver as Captain Janeway? Can you
Hot.
imagine? We should be so lucky.
She'd be amazing, but I'd miss Kate Mulgrew.
I would too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kate was great.
But anyway,
Yeah, I think the best thing about Ripley in the first movie, at the very least, is you sort of not realizing who's going to be the hero.
That's true. You really don't.
And by the end, when Ripley is kicking ass and saving cats, you're like,
Yeah.
you are the one. You are too good for this world. We love you.
Yeah, no, that's true. I never thought of it, but you're right. It does not set up an obvious, this is our survivor character.
I figured it was just going to be the cat.
My other excellent ladies. I mean, you can't say Ripley without also saying Sarah Connor from the Terminator, because she also super grows between movies and becomes fucking badass.
That's true,
It
but it's
becomes
interesting
a totally
'cause-
different, unrecognizable character.
I'm glad that you meant, that is true. Because I actually put down the Terminator himself from T2.
Oh, from T2.
That Terminator, because he's a hero of that film.
Of that film,
true.
yes. But Sarah Connor, I would say, is the hero of the first film.
Oh yeah, Sarah's definitely the main. Well,
What
her
about
or
Kyle?
Reese.
What's
yeah,
his
I say
name?
Reese is possibly
Reese?
could be considered.
Kyle Reese? Is
Yeah.
his name Kyle?
Yes.
Okay, great.
But no, it's definitely. I would say she is
Yeah.
the lead. Of,
Yeah, she is.
But it's weird
Definitely.
because that movie. It's so interesting, right? Because that movie is very much written like a slasher film, and she's just the final girl, the one that survives in a lot of ways. She's not that much of a badass. She just basically runs away and bangs the man.
And who wouldn't? 'Cause
And who wouldn't?
Damn,
Oh
Kyle
God,
Reese.
yeah, he's hot as fuck. It's too bad he didn't get more
Well, he wasn't
renown.
a great actor, let's be honest.
Give a shit.
Michael Biehn.
fucking what's her name from Splash is in everything. She's not a good actor.
I liked Michael
Daryl
Biehn in The
Hannah.
Abyss.
In what?
The Abyss.
Oh yeah.
I think
Michael-
I've never seen The Abyss. He could
I
be
haven't
better than
seen
that.
The Abyss is bonkers.
I think Michael. I have no problem with him. He's fine, and I think he's good in Aliens.
Oh, he's not bad, but he's just.
Oh, he's great.
He's
in
a little
Aliens.
stiff.
Mm.
That's a good point.
I just think he plays like.
Yeah.
He plays the character he needs to play.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, my other lady who I love and needs to make a list somewhere is Furiosa from Mad
Oh
Max.
yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Delightful.
And Furiosa, both Furiosas are fun,
Mm.
and they do a great job being cool.
And Charlize Theron, just in general, is fucking awesome.
And Anya Joy Taylor.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Taylor Joy, also good as Furiosa. Two good actors doing
Yeah.
the same
Two
interesting character.
two good takes on a Furiosa. You can see the
Yeah,
progress.
I never saw the sequel.
They
or whatever.
barely fucking marketed it. It was ridiculous.
Was
very
it a
good, but
sequel
yeah.
or a prequel? Or
It was a
both?
prequel.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was a
never.
prequel,
Well, either
'cause
way, I never
it's
saw
the
it.
origin of
Furiosa.
Furiosa, pretty much. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's Mad Max Furiosa, not Mad Max Furiosa.
Yeah, they definitely hit kind of the interesting style points of
Yeah.
a Mad Max movie in a way that I appreciate.
I gotta rewatch Mad Max Fury Road, man. That
It's
movie
been
Oh,
fucking
Fury Road's
rules.
excellent.
Did we ever do that for this show?
We haven't.
Can we?
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
I'd like to rewatch that. So,
It's been
give me a good
ages.
reason. Give me a good reason.
While we're doing Sci-Fi Hero Babes,
Yeah.
I want to throw out my girl Dana Scully.
Yay!
We mentioned her briefly when we were just talking about what constitutes a hero, but yeah,
from
she's
the
And
X-Files.
she sure does.
yeah,
Yeah.
from the X-Files. She sure does. And like honestly, although it is definitely a dual, Mulder and Scully, they're a package deal. She is the better one, regardless, right? Like, there's no debate.
Oh, and
been
Gillian
s-
Anderson is so good.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
she's
it goes
great,
without
yeah.
saying, it's Gillian Anderson. I
Yeah,
mean,
fantastic.
I just haven't seen the show in so fucking long.
I've never seen it.
I went through
Probably doesn't surprise you.
I went through a phase of being really into it when I was in like middle school.
It's such an interesting show in that it goes, but it's from the 26 episode season era. Where
Yeah.
like half the episodes were meh,
Yeah,
but it was worth it for the ones that were really great.
exactly.
Yeah,
TNG.
you need the mess to get to the great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're in the as many episodes as you want world now, and it
And
still
they
seems
squander
like
most of them
a
still.
lot of
Yeah.
it's shit.
They really pacing has gone out the window.
Pacing is tough.
I do not know what has happened. Like most streaming shows, just
Well, and again, like just with
That's
this
why-
week, just with this week as an example, like
Yeah.
that is your fucking mid-season break cliffhanger. Again, what
Exactly.
is the opposite of a cliffhanger? Like-
Dark Matter. Watch Dark Matter. It's very good.
Okay.
I have two more I want to bring up
Woo!
before I might be out of people. One is an obvious one, but his journey is very, very fun, and that's Neo from The Matrix.
yeah.
I do intend to cover the Matrices at some point,
Mhm.
because who doesn't love a Keanu? Just what an interesting character to
Mhm.
go to, like, jump into. Like Fry in Futurama.
Yeah.
Fish out of fucking water.
And I'm sure we'll talk about it again when we actually get to them. But thank God Will Smith turned it down.
Will Smith was supposed to be Neo? That wouldn't work.
That would
I don't know.
terrible.
I
That
would love to
would
hear
work.
what the film tie-in rap would have been.
My joke has always been he said no because they wouldn't let him do a rap.
Cute.
But yeah, no, Will Smith never shows up in a movie to be a character. Like, even Jay, like, he has to get to know the world, but, like, he's still more confident more quickly. Like, Keanu Reeves was the perfect guy to spend most of the first movie just being like, none of this makes sense, what is wrong with you? I don't think Will Smith would have brought that energy.
Last one I want to bring up, because I talk about this movie all the time because it's great, and that is Moon, and Sam Bell is so interesting because like he also gets like the rug pulled out from under him, and it's actor name.
Sam Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell just being fun.
Having
and
his ass out for no reason, like he always does in
for
movies.
Reasons for Ames, and I appreciate it.
Wasn't there some new Sam Rockwell thing that we saw?
Yes,
that was good?
yeah.
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks fun.
It looks
I
pretty
want to
fun.
see it.
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay?
Why? Because I'm into fun? It's Sam Rockwell.
I'm just teasing you, girl.
It's
I know.
Guy
I actually,
Friedman.
the thing is, I know that you like fun names. I just at this
I
point,
like
it's,
that kind of fun.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell kind of fun. And yeah, in Moon, he is fascinating.
Spacey alert, though.
Yeah.
I know.
Kevin
But you don't have to
Spacey's
see,
in Moon?
but you don't
He's a
have to
voice.
see his face.
But here's the thing: it would be so easy for them to recut that
I've been
movie
saying
with
this
a
for
different
years.
voice
You
actor
have.
because he never appears. It's a voice.
You
Well-
suggested Tig Notaro a few weeks ago.
Yeah, because when you have to write someone out of a movie for cringe reasons, you bring in a Tig Notaro.
I
Or,
love Tig
as we
Notaro.
bring up frequently, Alan Tudyk.
Oh, Alan Tudyk as
Alan
a Gertie would work
Tudyk.
pretty well.
Alternately me. They don't know me from Adam, but fuck it.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
do it.
At
I
least
would
I'm
vote
not
for
Kevin
that.
Spacey.
Yeah, I mean...
You're a friendly robot.
Yeah, be
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Aw.
somebody could make a fan
Actually,
audio,
it would be so
audio
easy.
track,
Well,
like
you
a
know
riff
what you
track.
must do.
Just mute the movie and play this instead.
Actually, you could totally have someone do like a serious version, and then someone do one where you remove the Kevin Spacey lines, and you put stuff in that still works for the story, but like whatever they're saying is completely ludicrous.
But it's... You put in something new, but it's mostly just Chewbacca's lines as spoken by the actor inside the suit.
There we
The
go.
old man's bad.
All right.
Anyone have anyone else, or do we want to move on to our favorites?
Now let's just move on. There's
Yeah,
so
let's
many
move
more
on.
we could do. I've got
Yeah.
more popping into my head every second that are on my list, and we could be here for 1,000 years.
Yeah, we very purposely gave ourselves limits because otherwise, yeah.
And I think we still
all
went
day.
over them.
All right. Yeah, I'll do my tops. Let's go with Ripley.
Good one.
I'm gonna say Andor.
Yay!
And for 3, I'm gonna call an audible here. I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go Aloy.
Aloy,
Nice.
good one. I'm glad you
'cause
did.
I do feel like a badass shooting arrows at dinosaurs.
I wish I did.
Mm.
All right, I'm going to go with the 7th Doctor, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Rayner,
Kyle Rayner was who again?
the Green Lantern.
Okay.
Technically, Anakin is the hero of Star Wars.
All right, mine are going to be the more obscure ones because I found these characters the most interesting based on stuff I like seeing or listening to. Because I do have to give some love to Wolf 359 and Doug Eiffel for being just such a cutie pie. And by the end, you feel so bad for all the shit they put him through. But yeah, that's a great podcast. Listen to that one; it's very fun.
So what you're saying is he's almost a combination Michael and O'Brien.
Oh, O'Brien as what?
Putting him through shit.
Oh, putting him through shit. Oh. Yes, I agree with that. I would agree with that. But he's cute, so he's none of them.
Oh, come on. O'Brien's cute.
Not in this way.
No? Okay.
Who's a cutie? Tucker. He can be a little bit Tucker. But we also put through a lot of shit.
True.
My second, I'm going to give to Juliette Nichols from the Silo series, because that's also a very fascinating journey that she gets to go on. And my last, I'm going to give to Sam Bell from Moon, because I love me some Sam Rockwell.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And how about Caitlin?
Wally.
Wally.
He's cutie pie. Same. Wally. I think I'll go with Ellen Ripley as well because Ellen Ripley
Yes.
fucking rules. And I think I'll go with Mando.
All good ones.
Good.
Perfect. Ripley and
Nice.
Mando. I love these people.
All right. Well, that was a pretty heroic effort, I must say.
Yeah.
But anyway, as we're an ensemble show, we will be
I'm the
picking-
villain.
I'd like to think I'm the engineer.
Cool. Anyway, we'll be doing more talking about Star Trek and other things next week on our show, A Star to Steer Her By, when we cover the next episode of Star Trek Discovery Season 4, Episode 8. That is All In. That's when you put your chips in the middle and say, let the dice fall where they may.
On the floor.
On the floor. I don't know. We're going all in next week. Until then, of course, you can follow us on your socials, Facebook, Star to Steer Her By, Tumblr, SSHB Podcast, as well as the Blue Sky SSHB Podcast. You can also go to sshbpodcast.com.
That's where this blog with all the heroes will
Yeah,
be.
there'll be lots of blogs. We're blogging everywhere. I blogged in my pants.
Oh,
So many
no.
blogs.
Next week's blog, we're going to do sci-fi villains.
Oh.
Who are all these heroes battling?
Rawr.
Yeah.
Catty. But yeah, so that's happening. You can, of course, follow our podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere else fine podcasts are sold, or get us at our home on the web, soundcloud.whatever. Until then, my name has been Jake.
And this is McGrace.
This has been Ames.
This is always Caitlin. By definition,
no.
no. This is an audio podcast, not like all those mime podcasts you may have heard about. Today we're going to be playing charades.
I love the idea of some
Mm.
podcast somewhere should just for an April Fool's episode put up a mime episode.
And just make some
And
noises.
it's just like an hour of silence with occasional like
Rustling.
A little bit of Foley work.
yeah.
Hi.
But then out of nowhere, someone laughs hysterically.
This
Exactly.
is my